like to think that I'm an artist, okay? I've done paintings before. I think I could do this. Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven. So basically, I've been wanting to make some artwork for my house. My walls are very bare, very empty. I desperately need art. And I like to think that I'm a little bit of an artist. I used to do a lot more painting and stuff back in the day, and I really haven't done it in a long time, so I was a little bit nervous to try and paint something for my house because I'm really overcritical of myself and my artwork. But I've been really inspired by seeing people do this pour paint technique all over YouTube and just lots of abstract art that looks pretty doable to me. So I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can probably make something really cool to hang in my house. I did a little bit of research by watching a few tutorials on YouTube, and then I went to the store. Okay, so I'm in Michael's. I gotta get some supplies. I think I kind of know what I need to get. I've got a list. So let's go to the paint section first. In terms of paint, I think it's gonna be pretty simple because my color palette is very much so black and white. So paint used to be right here. Where is the paint? Okay, well, canvases. We can look at the canvases. Okay, so since I don't know what I'm doing, I definitely want to get like a small canvas to just kind of test out on first. But for actual art for my house, I need really big canvases because I have really big walls. I don't just want to hang like a little small something that's gonna look crazy. So honestly, I measured my wall spots and I think the 48 by 48 is a really good size for multiple areas in my house. I honestly need like 4 of these because I have so much wall space. I think I might just start with one. They do have this even bigger one, 48 by 60, which I think this is actually the size that I need for next to my kitchen table. This one can go like either above the console table or in my entryway. I'm tempted to get one of each. I'm just not super confident in what I'm gonna create yet. This one's basically $95. The bigger one is $110. They do have these on sale. Last time I bought a large canvas here, they were like 50% off. They're not 50% off today, unfortunately, but I know Michael's always has like a coupon, so hopefully I can at least use that. Like this size for a tester. Now for the actual paint. Flow acrylic makes me feel like this is thinner, which is good. I know I'm gonna need a lot of black and a lot of white. Ready mix pouring paint. Oh, they have a whole section about it. Do I need this much gold? I don't know. I feel like you need a lot of paint for this, especially if I'm doing it on that big canvas. Okay, so now I'm in the craft paint section. That was like the legit acrylic paint. This is like the kids' school paint, basically, the cheap stuff, which I think is fine, especially for like just black and white and mixing it with either the actual mixing medium or just water for pour paint. I'm picky about my shades of gold. We had that problem with trying to paint what were we trying to paint for Ziya's room? This looks more like actual gold. This looks like mustard. I need white, a large quantity of white. $9.99, $15. This is like $5.99. And that's really all the colors. I don't want to do colors, obviously. That doesn't match my decor. If anything, I would maybe add in like a little bit of gray, brown tones, like a tiny bit, but I'm kind of scared to do that. Got somebody to get the canvas down for me, just so y'all can see the size of it. Like I said, ideally I would probably get this one, even the next size up, and probably get like 4 of them to really fill my house with art. But I'm gonna start with this, see what happens, and then if it goes well, then I can come back and get some more canvases and maybe make some more art, but see how it goes first. I'm gonna go to Walmart and get some more supplies, and then we'll just see what happens. Good news, we got the 40% off coupon, so definitely gonna use this on this canvas. Just barely got the canvas home. Literally, it is up against the car. If it was 1 centimeter bigger, it would not have fit in the car to get it home. My nicely organized garage. Now, of course, one of my table's leg thingies is broken, so it's like wanting to move around. So I'm gonna have to like figure out how to jerry rig this because I need my table to be very level and very stay still. So maybe if I like duct tape it or something, I can get this leg to stay. In the meantime, let me lay out my drop cloth because this is gonna get messy. Lots of paint goes onto the table or onto the floor, so. Or you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even use a table. Should I just do it on the floor? That's probably smarter, huh? I don't need a table. I don't know why I thought I needed a table. Why did I think that? There was a reason, because the floor is level. Keep in mind, I'm working my way up to this big canvas. Yeah, I could pour it on and then just lift and tilt, let the paint go onto here. I don't know what I'm doing. So the solution that I've come up with is to use a cardboard box to at least elevate the canvas a little bit so the paint can drip off and it's not just gonna be all the canvas getting stuck to the plastic and stuff. So hopefully this works. Hopefully this is like level enough. Now, step one is to water down my paints. So I'm doing a little mini one for a test. So I'm not sure if I should just go ahead and mix up large quantities because I know I'm gonna be using these same colors for the bigger canvas, or just start. I'm gonna start with a little bit because I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know the consistency even that I'm like going for. That's why we're doing a test. So I've got some water, just regular water. Got my cups. I'm gonna just, you guys are learning with me. So this is just a regular black acrylic paint, not pre-mixed with anything. I'm just gonna do like that much, I guess, with some water. Don't know how much is some, not too much, because I don't want it to be literally watery. Stole these paint sticks from Walmart. I think that's already too watery. So you really don't need a lot of water at all. Definitely pourable, but maybe a little too watery, so I'm gonna put more paint. I heard somebody say it should be kind of like pancake batter. Does that look like pancake batter to y'all? I think that should work. Then we're gonna do some white. This is Raven's Ratchet Bob Ross. Wants to like turn away from you when you press it. Okay, no, this takes too long. Ooh, satisfying. Forbidden mayonnaise. The viscosity needs to be like so, I think. I'm really using the gold extremely sparingly. I don't even know if I'm gonna use gold on my big one because I don't wanna make it like busy. I'm really trying to make it very minimal, very abstract. If you put too much water, just add more paint. It's art, it's, you know, it's a give and take. It's, you know, experimental. Black, white, gold, mixed with water. This is just a test. So we're gonna see what happens, how this texture works. I need to be putting on gloves because my nails are already getting messed up. Gloves to protect the manicure, and also, I think this is gonna get pretty messy, so. I want y'all to know that my mom is behind the camera, not being supportive. You don't look hopeful. I like to think that I'm an artist, okay? I've done paintings before. I think I could do this. So white base coat, here we go. Ooh, I got my good Adidas leggings. Ooh, already got paint on them. Saw that coming. Okay, do like a lot of white all around. I'm gonna do puddles of black, but like not too much. I'm gonna do like, I'm just gonna do like 3. And then you take the white again and you make it a layer. Then you take the black again and you just pour a little bit in the center. The drips add character. Oh God. The one guy that I watched, he did some like lines. I'm gonna do like a little line. And then let's throw in some gold on this one. It has to be enough paint to where it'll move around and not just get covered up by the other paint. And you also have to have enough paint on the canvas in total to where it'll cover the whole canvas. So I don't know if this is enough. See, like, cause all these empty canvas spots right here, I'm worried that they're not gonna like reach. This is already dripping on this side and on this side a lot. Okay, I'm losing paint, y'all. I'm going to, I'm scared. It doesn't matter, it's just a test. Oh, okay, a lot of black. Okay, I wanna see what happens on the swoosh part and the not swoosh part. So then you just start tilting. But that looks cool. I like this, but now I can't keep it like this. It's gonna move. So this part right here, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but that's just plain exposed canvas, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna try to put like a little bit of paint just right there to fill it in. Now, a couple more tilts. I don't want to mess up the edge of the canvas because that's part of it. So you gotta get from underneath it. Tilt it one more time this way a little bit. And it needs to go down this way a lot. Now imagine how much paint I'm going to need for the 48 by 48 canvas. This little canvas took way more paint than I thought, and I still didn't really fully cover it. Okay, I think that's good. The edges are not super important. It's mainly the edges that have like a lot going on. You want it to continue off the edge of the canvas, I think is kind of the idea. Oh, I did miss kind of a big spot right here though. Ta-da! That wasn't so bad. Turned out pretty cool. I like it. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna do this on such a bigger scale. And I definitely think this has too much gold in it. Now I have to set this aside and let it dry for like 2 days because it's such thick paint. They said at least 24 hours on the video that I watched. Please hold while we reset. The idea for the big canvas is to use push pins. So I happen to have these jumbo push pins, sticking them into the wooden frame of the canvas, so that it gives the canvas like some little feet to elevate the canvas at least a little bit up off of the plastic. I don't want to try and balance this on top of a box like I did with the smaller one, just because I feel like that's a disaster waiting to happen, and also it's just gonna like push on the actual fabric part too much. That way I'll be able to, you know, number one, slide my hand up under it to lift it up and tilt it around without messing up the edges, and it'll give somewhere for the paint to fall. So I'm just going to work on top of my mess. It shouldn't cause a problem to just have this underneath it. I have just enough room to get my fingers under there. All right, I'm basically gonna try to do the same thing, but now that I know kind of what happens, I'm definitely gonna use less gold paint, just really use a lot of white paint because I actually want a lot of negative space in this artwork. One part water to 3 part paint. Definitely not 50-50, that'll be too watery. And you have to really mix it because it kind of wants to just separate at first. So mix it thoroughly. Okay, so I'm gonna dump a lot of white. Here we go. Definitely make sure to get the edges. I'm gonna need more white paint. This is not enough, that's it. I personally feel like I should have bought 2 of these big old things of white for how much white I want on this big old canvas. I just wasn't thinking about that. And now I feel like I'm cutting it close, but we'll see. I forgot to put my gloves on. Okay, so to utilize, you know, be economical with the paint, I'm gonna spread it out. Honestly, this is art right now. I could see this being sold somewhere. That's the good thing about abstract art. It's not wrong, ever. Now time is of the essence because I don't want the paint to start drying. I need more water, I need more paint. I need more white paint, I just do. My mom is trying to convince me that I don't, but I know I do. Look, if it turns out horrible, I'm not wasting this $60 canvas, okay? I will paint over it with something else if this turns out bad. I wonder how long this is really gonna take to dry, even that smaller one. If I knew what I was doing and I was more confident, maybe it would be relaxing. Put more paint in dry spots. All right, so go in with black. I'm gonna do it like I did the other one, like 3 of the 4 corners, kind of. All right, here goes nothing. This is the scary part. Obviously, this is a larger scale, so a black puddle here. This is like performance art. I think I should do the gold not last because it was like too much in the front. Just one little gold. Now, okay, so I'm gonna go this way, like leave this part kind of empty. Here goes nothing, I'm scared. Is this going to ruin my whole masterpiece?
Do it!
No, see, I don't like it. I knew it was gonna do that. It's too linear. Okay, so I found one last little bottle of white paint upstairs in my craft room. I used that to fill in some of the dry spots. Now I'm going to try and use the blow dryer method to blow around more controlled areas. You know, we'll just see what happens. Okay, here is my current final result. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's not up to par in my opinion. My mom says it's cute. What's bothering me is just the fact that like I kept saying, I did not have enough white paint to properly spill over the edge. I was like trying to find any white paint around the house and it still wasn't enough. So look at how the edge of this looks. I did everything I could to try and stretch it and pour it and make it drip over, and it just wasn't enough paint for this huge canvas. So note to self, get twice as much paint as you think you'll need. I should have known that. And it's like that on all the edges. It's just drippy, and I don't like that because you are gonna see that when it's hung up on the wall. I also don't like how I wasn't able to get as much movement because there wasn't enough paint to flow around. So I feel like you can still kind of see where I did a circle here, and a circle here in the beginning, and it didn't really get to blend and swoosh around as much because it just didn't have enough paint on there. Versus my test run, you can't even tell that I started off with circles. And this looks a lot more complete because it fully went over the edge on every side. And I think that looks so cool. So I love this one. I'm super happy with this little mini test run, but of course, I was not able to replicate it on the big canvas. I mean, look in comparison. Look how cool that looks. And then it's like, which it's still abstract, and the main part of it, like in the middle, is still cool where it was able to blend, but no. And as of now, it's already starting to dry to where even if I just let it stay tilted for a long time, it just wasn't even moving anymore. So all in all, I'm not happy with this. Good news is, if I let this fully dry, I could just go over it, do it again on top, and make sure I have way more paint, and just either layer it up and let some of this one show through, or completely cover it up and completely do a new one. That is also going to be experimental. I don't know how that really will turn out. It's definitely gonna be thick. The options are right now to keep this and hang it up on my wall, or go over it. So I'm gonna let it dry for a full 24 hours. I'm gonna bring it inside the house, see how it looks up on the wall. Maybe I'll like it once I bring it inside. Maybe I'll just completely hate this painting style and I won't even want it on my wall at all. But that's what happens when you try something new. I'm happy with this one though. This is my masterpiece. I'm gonna find somewhere to put that one in the house. Also, remember to put on your gloves, children. I literally forgot to put my gloves on. Literally let my fresh manicure get caked up with paint. Wear your gloves, get twice as much paint as you think you need, and if you only want a little bit of a color, literally just use a tiny bit because it spreads out a lot. We're gonna check back in tomorrow. It's gonna be okay. So just checked the P.O. box today and received, ironically, these big canvases. So my P.O. box is like pretty much kind of open to the public. I never know what's gonna be in there. It's not stuff that I ordered or asked for. So it's like a surprise inside. Actually, I'm gonna open the big. Should I start with the small one? So this is from Great Big Canvas to Elyse. Congrats on the new space. We hope you enjoy the art. How ironic that I received random art in my P.O. box, literally at the same time that I'm trying to create some art. Oh, is this hand painted? No, it's not hand painted. GreatBigCanvas.com. I think it's just like an online store where you can buy art prints. So this is like a cloud. This is an abstract. Oh, they know I like mint green. Unfortunately, I don't have a mint green motif in my house anymore. A mint green abstract canvas. I just thought this was funny. It's like a sign, like stop trying to make your own art, just buy it. Framed art, abstract art. Well, thank you, GreatBigCanvas.com. All right, you guys, so it has been almost 48 hours of letting both of these canvases dry, and we have a problem. So overall, I think this was an epic fail. Again, I really do like the design of my smaller one, but I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll show you a close-up. As it was drying, it started cracking. All the paint cracked. So there's this cracked texture all over the whole entire canvas. And guess what? Same thing happened on the bigger one as well. Even the bigger one looks even worse because it has like an even weirder texture to it, clumpiness, drippiness from the fact that it was just drippy to begin with on the sides. After doing some more research, there's a few reasons as to why the paint will crack. Basically, if your paint is still too thick, like you didn't pour enough off the sides. If the temperature where it's drying, it's actually pretty cold right now, so I think that had a lot to do with it because it doesn't dry evenly. Both of the canvases are cracked. I think I'm still going to move forward with my smaller test canvas and try the spray gloss varnish, just because I wanted to test that out anyway, so I might as well continue with my tester. So this clear glaze, I feel like when it has the glaze on it, even with the cracks, this is still art, you know, I could still keep this, use that. I feel like somebody would still, you know, the cracks add character. You could say the cracks were intentional. And maybe with the clear glaze, it'll make it less noticeable. I don't know. As for the big canvas, no. The texture looks really bad on the big canvas. I didn't even like the design in the first place on the big canvas. The more I look at it, the more I hate it. But my research tells me that this might take up to 2, maybe even 3, maybe even 4 weeks to fully dry, like fully dry, because there's a lot of paint on here, a lot of layers, thick paint. So technically, I'm supposed to wait until this is fully dry before doing anything else to it, before trying to go over it, even trying to put a clear glaze on it. So I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this video. Epic fail, you guys, epic fail. But I'm gonna spray this one, see if I can kind of save it. This one, girl, I don't know. Check back with me in a few weeks, see if I just completely give up on it or if I find something else to do with it. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of suggestions. Please comment down below if you have experience with any of this. Tell me what you think I should do with this ugly, cracked paint giant canvas. In the meantime, I'm gonna spray the little one. Now, I did watch a tutorial on how to properly do this, so hopefully this at least works. So you're supposed to do one thin coat just like that, going across, and then let it dry for 15 minutes and do like 3 or 4 layers of that, 15 minutes in between. So here is pretty much the final product of my little test canvas. This is with 3 coats of the clear gloss spray paint on it. So you can kind of see from this angle that it's got the shiny finish to it now, which helps make it look a little bit more professional, I feel. But of course you can still see the cracks when you get close, but you know, from a reasonable distance you can't see the cracks, and I still think it's a work of art. I still think it's worth hanging somewhere. Like I said, the bigger canvas, I don't know. I am going to come back to it later when it's fully dry, and I will make a part 2 to this video, I guess. Help me in the comments, please.